Oh my God, there's so many of you guys. I should have peed before I got up here. What's up, TEDx? So good to see all of you guys. So my job is just to, they were like, so you're gonna roast everybody that went, you're gonna roast. And my mom was like, so how are you gonna make fun of hemophilia? And I was like, good point, Mom. So as you can imagine, it's like everybody puts these beautiful, thoughtful, mind-altering ideas on a platter, some heart-wrenching stories, and it's like, let me write some jokes about these things. So I'm going to try to do that right now. First slide. By the way, this is the first time I've ever done a PowerPoint thing, so whatever, no big deal. Beth, Haley, okay, FEMA needs hundreds of Beth Haleys on the ground taking care of things. I mean, because it looks like a very calm, straightforward event. People walk up, they stand on the red rug, and they talk to you guys. No big deal, blah-de-blah. No, I've seen Beth sitting there, and 3 people will ask her a question at the same time, and she looks at them, and then she has all of their answers. Doesn't get flustered, totally cool, calm, under pressure. Thank you, Beth. Everybody, round of applause for Beth. It's more of a complimenting, not a roasting. All right, so our first talk of the day, let's get right into it. First up, we had dietitian and health coach Jessica Brown. And her main idea behind her talk was that, everybody's gonna try to make some big, long, impactful change in their life, like I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna get healthy, but these changes are not likely to stick unless they're motivated by something selfless. So in honor of that, I propose this. In the fall, our new health campaign, Don't Kill the Kittens, where straight up, if you don't run fast enough, the little baby basket of kittens will die into the fire pit, sharks with lasers. Right? You would do it, unless you're crazy. Next up, we had a talk by Mr. Dennis Ramirez, and those of you who work in education or have kids or are paying attention will notice that yes, we are living in an increasingly standards-driven, test results-driven climate in education today where we are losing the value in the failure and the stuff between, and I think this is very important. I don't know what we can do to help this guy. No. There's supposed to be, anyway, okay, so there was a slide, and it was of a guy getting the wrong answer on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and it was a really obvious one. So that's what that is. These women are not failures. I am not that mean. I am not that mean, and that was not what the slide, first time, woo. These women are actually Jody Martinez and Erica Elliott, and they're beautiful, lovely ladies that gave you talks about the value of living in community. And Jody in particular, her community of Okewinge, and what they've done to revitalize the Pueblo and actually use it the way that her ancestors would live in the Pueblo. And Erica Elliott's on co-housing, not a commune, not communal living, and the value of this. I agree. I think more of us should look into this. Look at this beautiful, multicultural, lovely, smiling, generic photo we found on the internet, which I imagine is how it looks in their communities. But as you know, if you live in New Mexico, you know that the second we make something super nice, slowly, like the Texan millionaires move in, and then it gets gentrified and looks a little bit like this. But do not worry, Jody. This is a beautiful Pueblo of Okewinge. I don't know if this is, I think this is before her revitalization product. Ted will dispense the rapid response anti-gentrification team, the Albuquerque Slam Poets, to stop this from happening. You can rest easy. I think they have little Ninja Turtle masks. Thanks, Alyssa. Next slide. And then we had talks on technology today from Max Baptiste and Nika Allen, both sort of dealing with how, it scared me, frankly, their talks. We are addicted to social media. Most all of us are connected, especially if you're at one of these talks. My grandma has a Facebook account, my dad, my aunts, my uncles. It's something that's part of our lives, and we increasingly have to check these boxes on these kind of insane terms and conditions. Yes, they're crazy. And I was thinking about it, and when you go to the MVD to get your new driver's license, it's way easier to relinquish all rights to your vital organs. Yes, I will give up my eyes, liver, kidneys, heart, boop, check a freaking box. And there's not that much about it, and then it's easier for me to do that than it is for me to get this picture taken off Facebook. It is theirs in perpetuity, so long as it has been shared. Next, we saw father-daughter team Julia and John Wolfe. They win for cutest father-daughter award. That's it, no joke. They're just really super sweet. Who goes to Burning Man with their dad? You went to Burning Man were you a little 10-year-old girl when you went to Burning Man with your dad? No, I think it's great, and I think more of us should go to Burning Man with our dads. It would be great, or really interesting, depending on what you do at Burning Man. Next, we had a talk from Vince Catalubic about the awesomely inclusive, radically inclusive, he said, arts collective Meow Wolf. Man, it's just crazy, the stuff that they're doing. I saw the Do Return a few years ago, and it was a really wonderful installation. That's not a roast, that's just a fact. Now, it's incredible to me, too, working for a nonprofit. We always make jokes about, when you want that big pie-in-the-sky dream donor. And Vince just believed in the power of what they are doing at Meow Wolf and really stands behind that idea so much he just took a shot at it, wrote a letter to millionaire George R.R. Martin, said, look, this is what we're doing. This is in Blackout Theatre Company. We draw these we're like, how do we find this guy? He did it. And it's amazing. But don't worry, Vince isn't going to stop there. He is currently in talks with George R.R. Martin and Stephen Hawking for an intergalactic trip following the house of whatever awesome cool house they were doing. It was great. Ooh, okay. Now I was watching, this is Stephen Brumby, if you all recall, he did that awesome talk on data mapping and actually making living maps that give us more pertinent information and predicting changes and how in the future we might be faced with certain changes that we can't see now and seeing the patterns and evolution of landscapes over time. And I was just thinking about watching TED Talks throughout the last couple of months. Every time someone gives you a TED Talk with an Australian accent, you know they're about to drop some kind of scary knowledge on you. He's like, the power of, I can't do it, I'm not going to do an Australian accent. He's showing us these maps. This wasn't one of his maps. This is a graphic, so you are thinking about maps and how they change things. And he was specifically talking about how he has these images over the cornfields of Iowa, and you could see the harvest and the rain. He didn't show us this picture. It was actually caught in the fields of Iowa in 1991. Daniela Carter. Oh my God, give it up for Daniela Carter. I can't clap, I have things in my hands. Just inspirational transformation, oh my gosh, just her talk on how all of us are worthy of love, and just that idea that the commonality of pain is what really can help any human being identify with another human being, and just accepting that it's also a beautiful thing when you're going through a horrifying, horrifying thing. I don't have a joke about Daniela. I guess that's kind of a joke. She's an angel. Give it up for Lauren Lewis's buff arms. She is a walking ad for CrossFit. She doesn't even have to open her mouth. Just put a little, I do CrossFit. Boop, boop, boop. I would do it. Then we had Jessie Brown, beekeeper. She gave us a wonderful talk. Did she make you want to keep bees? This is how I used to think about keeping bees. Yeah, that's horrifying. I wanted a Candyman picture, but this is better. This is how I think about beekeeping now. And hopefully you all will too. Won't you join us? Oh man, Chris Clavio, resident artist and this beautiful designer of this light display, Chris Clavio. And his talk was on that interesting idea that we always think of mediums for art to be tangible things, musical instruments, paint, a piece of wood or marble that you were going to chisel into something, but no, to also think about light. Now this is a still from Chris Clavio's last light party. It was awesome. Next up, we had Alex and Gary. They gave us talks on medicine. Gary specifically, how he's with his idea of telemedicine, and Alexandra on detecting, blood infections, and how it's totally insane the amount of money that we are spending in healthcare, and that it's very hard to change the way that we do things in these big infrastructures, but there are ways to do it, and we shouldn't give up, and we should always be trying to, reduce costs while also giving patients the best care, the best diagnosis, not making them wait 3 days to find out if they have a blood infection. This will be the new gold standard in treating and diagnosing blood infections. Shrink teeny tiny Gary and teeny tiny Alex with laser guns. Put them in your body. And if that's not holding up, you throw in a little Cassandra. And she shoots hope rays. Those are rays of hope. That's what they look like. No, when I was a little kid, that's what my mom would tell me to do. She would go, picture there's little dudes in your body, and they're shooting guns that, like, the disease is making you sick. In my mind, they were like little construction worker dudes, like Village People guys with aviators, but that's way cooler. The Handsome family, give it up for them. We have some amazing talent in New Mexico, and what I love the most is, these guys are internationally successful, but they don't leave. I love when we home grow and nourish this talent in New Mexico, and then they decide to still live here. So keep supporting them, guys, or they'll go away to LA or something, and we don't need that to keep happening. And we had a talk from Divana Olivas. Divana's talk was on how we can change our communities one plant at a time. Really, just go out there, plant a garden. It's not going to look any uglier than it was before unless it dies. If you don't take care of your plants, then it will look really sad. Now, I know that here, specifically in Albuquerque, there's sort of a PR problem with APD. I propose a community garden APD initiative. If they're out there selling beets to little ladies, it's going to be sweet. We had Chloe Nixon, beautiful, talented. I don't think she's really a 12-year-old girl, though. I think if she Scooby-Doo, pulls off the mask, this is what's inside of Chloe Nixon. She's pretending to be a 12-year-old girl, guys. Don't feel bad about how you can't play guitar yet, maybe. But maybe you're a 29-year-old lady, and you want to learn, and you just can't do it, but Chloe Nixon's awesome. Then we had a talk from Dora Wang on mental health. How many of you love Dora Wang's talk? Yes. Yes! I can't believe that truck driver had two they went inside his femoral artery and put dye in him, and he just needed to do breathing exercises. Talking about promoting a new public awareness campaign with treating anxiety. Now, we have a lot of shows like this that scare the crap out of people. So I propose, instead of just giving Dora little commercials in between the Dr. Oz show, we just put her on the Dr. Oz show to calm everybody right the hell down, right then and there. Don't even let them get all riled up into commercial break. Tell them they're not going to die before the next thing. And finally, we closed out today. Oh no, we're not there yet. Stupid index card, whatever. Lauren Fletcher Nickerson, dancer, he gave us this idea. Let me just search here. Do you guys are going to have a beer later? Are you going to do that? Yeah, man. Oh wait, hold up. Yeah, here it is. Cool. So then we had Lauren. I'm Lauren, this is a different one. Okay, his idea about, now if you pursue the arts or learn the arts, and it's very common to learn this sort of apprenticeship mentality that you understand that you're going to start from sort of menial tasks that may not relate to, being a fine painter or being an actor or cellist or whatever. And I loved Lauren's talk on applying that apprenticeship mentality to life and looking at your life as an apprenticeship so that you don't get down on yourself and not see the connections and things. Now, what we didn't know about Lauren is he's actually a 400-year-old magical being, and his wisdom better be heeded. Pay attention or there will be consequences. If you don't have glasses, that's Lauren as the Pied Piper. He's taking our kids away. So pay attention. Now this one, finally Gail Rubin. On the importance and the startling statistics that 70% of us are not planning for our funerals, even though it's going to make our kids fight, or our cousins fight, or families split up. Just plan it, just write, I don't care, like get a spiral notebook and write, like, don't bury me, burn me, I don't know. And it's just, tell people what you want. I know it's sad, but do it. Thank you, Gail, for telling us. And I was just thinking about how, I won't even take my car to get the oil changed till it's at the very last minute. We'll put off doing these important things like life insurance, will planning, but we dick around on social media all day. I don't know if you guys have seen this fake Instagram account they've staged with the Barbies. I suggest you check it out. You've seen these pictures with real people, I'm sure. Like, I just took a selfie of my coffee on the mountaintop, and like I'm just so #blessed. I propose, don't do this. Do this. Tell people what you need. Right? Yes. Yes, Queen. Okay. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed TED 2015. I hope you will come back for 2016. And I hope you will join us for a beer at Tractor Brewing Company. Remember the ideas that you saw today that you liked. And, write them down in a little notebook. Hug yourself. Peace be with you to your neighbors. And we'll see you next year.